Wait, there's no music. This is so weird. Good morning. Dooba daba dooba daba doo. All right. Good morning, everyone. Everyone got their oatmeal today. Today is going to be a little different than we have in the past days. Hmm. What could it be? It's in the title. Hmm. Pepe. Hmm. Good morning. Where is the music? We are going to make the music. Hmm. All right, just finishing up here. Some breakfast. How are you doing today, chat? Because once we get started, we're going to be racing. For all those watching this later on YouTube, just fast forward. I had to click the button to say that I was going to start at 10:30, but I'm not ready. Mmm, mmm. Yummy. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Good morning. There's no video game on screen. What is wrong? It's because we're going to make something today. And hopefully we can make it in 2 hours. Going super fast. I mean, we're going to make something in 2 hours. It's just a matter of what will be the final version of the thing. Probably not, but maybe. I have one last bite of oatmeal here. All right. Sitting up slightly straighter. Just a little bit. Okay. So today we're going to do something that might sound boring. Sucks to suck. Not that many people are watching the stream. And I may as well record it for posterity. This is when we made, and are going to make, a prompt generator for musical improv. So what is this going to look like? So what is my vision? I'm going to open up a little art thing. Get going. And I'm going to create just a sketch of what kind of my vision of what we're trying to make today. So let me create a new source here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bop. Bop. Okay. So here's our little sketchy sketchy. I'll just center it ish. Do a new thing. And we're going to say this is like, I don't know, 1,000 by 800 or something. Or no, 800 by 1,000. Okay. All right, so here's our canvas. Now imagine this was, you know, like a portrait mode of your phone or something. That's not quite the right size. But the idea is that we're trying to create a prompt generator for like 30 to 60-second musical improv, which is what I want to be able to do. And if I want to be able to do musical improv, I don't want to just create something randomly. Like you could go and you could create, you know, type in what's a random prompt, or you could roll dice on like a list to see what a random outcome is. But I figured it'd be more fun and it'd be much quicker, and it would all be in one take to create something where I could just click a button and it would be almost like a Mad Lib where prompts for musical improv would go up, and then the bonus that we want, and this is going to be even harder, is for a random, like, no lyric music to start playing. So for example, what if there was just a guitar that starts playing? What if there was like a rap beat that starts playing, or anything that you can imagine as, you want to call it acoustic, music starts playing. So then you immediately have to, or I would immediately have to very quickly come up with an idea and just go for it and have 30 to 60 seconds to create a little song. So what is this going to look like? Well, what we're doing here to display the whole thing up here, this is what we'll be using. So doing recordings, because these could be really quick. You could do them on stream, you could do them off stream. But it's all going to be portrait mode, you know, for YouTube Shorts and TikTok and all that. And ideally, I'm going to be up here at the top. So this whole top of the screen-ish, something like this, or some portion of this would be me. And then we'll just make this like purple. So this is like where I would be, and I would be, you know, I'm the guy here, and I'd be like, oh, look at me, and I got the microphone. That's the that's the microphone. And I'd be like, ah, and there'd be musical notes coming out because I'm singing this stuff. And I'd be like, ah. And then at the bottom, this is the thing that we need to make. So at the bottom, we'll call this part, I don't know, red or something like that. This would be where we have the prompts. So the prompts would, there'd be some sort of button to start. So maybe at the start, you'd have like a button, and it would say like generate prompts. So maybe you'd have, look at these lovely colors I'm choosing. You'd have like a button here, and this button is going to say like generate music, or the people demand ... Because the theme is going to be, I'm going to be like a bard, and what do the people want to hear this week? So here it might say, if we just do some black text, it'd be like, the people demand a song about ... So let's just do this. And you would click the button, and I would basically say, do a very quick introduction. And then you click the button, and after you click the button that say, the people demand a song about ... then it would fill out prompts, like 1, 2, 3, like basically 3 different prompts. Like, it's going to be a song about this, and say a location that is this, with maybe some sort of plot, or you want to make it loose. So improv always should be loose. It shouldn't be very strict. So for example, it's a lot easier to come up with a song that's just about a donkey in a hospital than it is about like a donkey doing dental surgery on an 8-year-old. You know, you want a very loose prompt. So that's what it'll be. And then on top of it, the secondary goal today is to see how we could just either have a music library, because there's plenty of free music libraries out there, something to start playing music. And that should be random as well. So if this, and maybe it would say in the style of blah. And that style might be the type of music that starts playing. And all of this would happen quickly. So it'd be intro, click the button, prompts, and then the music starts playing. You do it, it's over. So that's what we're going to make. And what we're making today is this bottom part. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to start with a language that I'm familiar with, which is C#. It's Visual Studio. And most of this stuff, we're going to be using prompts with AI because it's quick. And we're going to be taking that and we're going to be switching it up a little bit for what we want. Because I could write this all on my own. It's not that hard. But AI is both going to help us write the code, and it's going to be what we're going to kicking off in order to generate responses. So instead of having, say, a giant dictionary in the code base of, or a huge library from a file, you can do that. You could have a giant library from a file, and it's going to choose a random word from like a bajillion words, or those are ways that you would have done it in the past. Now, you could just use AI. You can do a couple quick API calls, and boom, you'll have your answer. Now, if the API calls are actually too slow, then maybe that won't be feasible. That'll be part of the testing. Maybe it would be a lot quicker to just have giant libraries of words or ideas or themes or something like that. But we're going to try the AI route first. So what we have here is Visual Studio. We're creating a little app. And we're going to do a web app. I'm very familiar with MVC, which is a model view controllers. It's kind of overkill for what we're trying to do. We're trying to do for something very simple, but I'm just going to go with what I know. So let's do a, where is it? It's M model. Oh my gosh, really? What if I don't even have, what if I never downloaded the libraries for this? I totally do. Well, there's a chance I didn't, because when I created this, I did it for creating, what's it called? Game development. So what if I don't even have it? Let's see what we got. Of course, I could just do something completely new. And we could just create a console app. But then if we're creating a console app, the things about console apps is generally you're doing something, but it's not a visual thing that you're spitting out. And we want to do something that appears on screen. A Windows Forms app would be kind of interesting. That would actually just be creating essentially a little form, which theoretically the form could link to an API call too. I think that'd be kind of fun. It'd be a little bit different for how it would look. What else do we have here? Class libraries. We could also ask if we want to do the whole thing. You could ask ChatGPT, hey, we're going to be creating this thing. This is what I'm comfortable for. Comfortable about doing. See, there's other types of web apps. You could do a .NET, a Windows format. Again, this is a very simple user interface. Might be doing something like that. Class libraries. Let's just do a forms app. Essentially what we are doing is a form. We're going to be clicking a button. It's going to shoot off and do something. So we'll just create the Windows form. And we'll do it with .NET, essentially making it a web form rather than an internal app. So let's create this one. And what we're going to call this is our musical improv generator. Or no, this is just a prompt generator. So we're just going to call this prompt generator. We can put it in C for right now. Not going to worry about that. Now it's going to create the thing. Ooh. Cool. Look at what we got. It's not showing on screen because it changed. All right, so I'm going to change this. And we're going to go like that. All right, so here we are. What am I looking at? To be honest, I don't know. Here I have a form. It says a design. What does this say? Oh, get a new thing. Program over here is theoretically, if I cut it, yep. Here is our static class, prompt generator. And right here, it can say this is what it's spitting out. In the end, what we're going to want is something that shows to the screen. So let's see what happens if I click start. Generally, if I just do a project, it should say like, hello world, or have a blank form or something. Let's see what happens. This is what we get. We get form 1. And you don't see that. We're going to create a new source. Window. But. Okay. Wait, did that even show? There it is. Is this it? It's blank. So I'm moving it around on screen. It's showing here at the top, this thing. It is completely blank. This is what I'm looking at. So if we wanted to say put something in it, I'm not sure how we do that, but this is where we're going to go with this, and we're going to say, hey, let's create a prompt for ChatGPT to give us a head start. Because right now we got Jack Diddley to start. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to pull up our friend. We're going to weep for all of the trees that are cut down and the energy that's used to do these prompts. And then we're going to do a prompt. So whenever you're using ChatGPT, this is a little lesson. I'm sure everyone who's watching this has used it. Be as specific as possible. The more specific you are, the less back and forth you need to be. And the more that it'll know about what you want to do. So over here, we're going to say, I want to create, let me zoom in a little bit here. Zoom in. It's a little hard. You can zoom in. You can read. I want to create a prompt generator app using a C# Windows Forms project. I just created a new Windows Forms project in Visual Studio. And then we can go back. And it is completely blank with a blank form. Cool. So now what do we want? This is just like saying this is what we currently want to do. This is what I want the final version to look like. A button that you can click that then generates three different prompts, all for the sake of musical improv. The first prompt would be a person character. The second, I mean, all of this could change. We just want to give it some context. Location. The third, maybe a context or conflict. I also want a random music. Maybe from a free library. Music type. To start playing. Each of these prompts would ideally be API calls or calls to AI sources. But I'm open to using large databases or libraries. All right, so that's a pretty good paragraph about what we want to do. So let's see what it gives us. All right, so now this is a GPT-5 or whatever. What's nice about GPT-5 is it always tries to give you step-by-step stuff, especially if you're making something. All right, so it's going to give us some things. Does it give us a button, labels, a media player? Cool. And then it says, well, how do you do it? You can hard code into certain things. So it's saying, hey, just to start off, instead of doing a call, just create a couple lists, local libraries. So here are locations, conflicts, characters, music types. Later you could swap them out. Beautiful. It's exactly what we want to do. Then you have a randomizer logic, which would choose one randomly. Pretty easy. Then we're talking about random music, royalty-free stuff. You could store them in your like a music folder, and then you can go ahead and play them. If you want MP3 support, it's like, hey, you can go ahead and add that component. And then you polish the UI, you make it a little music could match the thing. Pretty cool. And it says, hey, after doing all this, you want me to do it instead? I'm like, yes, please. Because right now our goal is to just create it. And often it's like, oh, I can make this for you. Trust me. And then we're gonna need to tweak it anyway. So rather than us being like, oh, today I want to learn how to code. I know how to code. Let's see what it can put together. Sure, I'd love a ready to run code sample to start as a base. All right, so we're going to need to create a new class called form1. And we're not going to call it form1, we're going to call it whatever. So we're just going to create a, we can just copy program. It's already a class. And I need to remember to do this. Copy. Yeah, paste. Can we not paste? Thank you. And we're going to call this our form. Oh, we already have a form. It's a form1.cs is above. Moo! This form, though, is in, this is the C# designer. There it is. I wonder if this is the same thing that they're suggesting. In the designer. So I think I do need to add a class for it. Because this thing .cs is just the designer mode. So I pull up this. This is like the design, which is, this is the first time I've done this before, by the way. View code. There we go. There's the code for it. It already exists. We don't need moo. Moo will be deleted permanently. Okay. So we're going to go back over here to the browser. The browser. Oh, cool. I can just do that. And let's copy this. We're cheating. Bah. Ooh. Ooh. Look at all the things that don't work. Cool. Let's see what else we got. Design the form. So the reason we don't have this stuff is because we need to add these things. So it says in the designer, add a button. Okay. And it needs to be these things. So we're going to go to the designer. Wait a second. Where'd our designer go? Oh, this thing. Or is it over here? This is generated code. Wait. Let's learn. Name. Text. Add a button. Yeah. I would designer layout code. All you have to do is just keep asking. Oh. Yes. Oh, I should do this. Is this what it looks like? Partial class, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yoink. Yep. Oh, no red lines. This one's still got red. Oh, nope. It's working. Let's go ahead and save everything. And we're going to go back here. What else does it tell us? How to hook it up. Replace it with that. Make sure is logic. Yep. Create a folder called music. Bin debug netx. Add a few wave files in there. Okay. We can do that. So we have our bean. I wonder if I can do it from here. Ah, no. Doesn't look like it. We can show hidden folders. This one. Show all files. Bean. Where did you want me to put it? You want me to put it directly in bin? Fine. Debug. Alright, we're going to have to look in our C#. Oh no, you can't see this. Dang it. It's so annoying. Add a new window. We're going to call this Explorer. Add a source. Windows Explorer. Oh, this is not a window. uh, I don't know how to show Windows Explorer. I guess I could show the whole desktop rather than I've been showing Windows because it's like easier to like flip between windows. But should I do? Oh well. You're just gonna have to look at the while I'm doing this, you can look at a person playing music. Oh, look at all these people playing music. They're so happy. All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to go in Windows Explorer. What we have to do, Scooby-Doo, is we're doing this. I need to create a folder called music in this. And then I'm going to add a few WAV files there. So you can look at that. But just go do whatever you're doing. Skip ahead. Let's see. Where's my project that I just am working on right now? Here you go. Prompt generator. Bean. Debug. All right, we're going to create a new folder. It's called music. And I just have to add some WAV files to it. Bin debug netx. Why netx? Is this really calling netx? Somewhere in here it's calling music. Music problem. I don't know. Do I just trust it? Here you go. Wave founds. Combine app start path. Music. Finding dot wave. Chat, I don't know why it says dot netx. That seems silly. All it's doing is just finding the path for music inside your project folder. Why does it want to put it in bin? I don't trust you. I mean, we can do this, and we can always move it if it's like, we don't know where the music is. Anyway, back to looking at people, happy people playing music. We're going to put it in here. Fine, we'll just do the way it says first. We'll pretend like I have no idea what I'm doing. Just follow the instructions. All right, now I'm going to get some WAV files. Guitar. Who here knows how to play guitar? I don't. Where's some music? From my old other projects. Zoop. In here? Yeah, I could find some in here. Assets. Whoa, I have so many dot waves. A lot of these are sound effects, though. Music. It's a music to my ears. Okay. We have some WAV files in here. About 1, 2. All right, I'm going to copy these. Copy. And go back here. Oh, I think I did it wrong. It's music.netx. No, I did it right. Sure. Okay. So now we're going to go back to our, we're here. We'll do our little refresher-oo. Now you can see I have a netx folder in music, and I have a bunch of WAV files. And these are all music tracks for from game development. Shout out to Viking Camel, good old Jeremy Simon. All right, who wrote the music. Now, all this stuff is in debug. Here, when I look at this path, it's going to attempt to play music. We can look at what the path is going to be, so we're just going to put a little breakpoint here. Thus far, I've done everything it says. This should just like work or something. So we're going to go to program. Now it's going to attempt to do this run form 1. And it doesn't know what we're talking about anymore. Did we change the... let's see, what does it want? Using this. That's kind of weird. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at this. It worked. It says generate prompts. We have a character location conflict that corresponds to over here, where we have our characters, locations, conflicts, and a music type. Okay, let's see what happens when I click it. All right, cool. It's gonna go to our music path. Bin debug music. Yeah, what is all this stuff about .NET-X? It's a lie. It is going to bin debug though. It had an idea. And it's going to find nothing. So if it does not exist, you can see here, it's going to show no music found. I got no music found. Add one. But it did find, look at that, it created some prompts. I was a pirate captain at a coffee shop chased by ducks. That would make a pretty good song. All right, so we're going to close this. We'll put our music properly, not in the netx folder. So we're going to do that really quick. You're going to take this. I'm going to go there. And we're going to kill this. We'll go back here and we'll refresh it. There you go. It's in the debug folder. And let's try this again. Generate prompts. Boop. Doop-a-doop-boop-a-doop-a-doop. You hear that? Do you hear that? No, you don't hear it. Of course you don't hear it. How do I get the audio of Visual Studio going? All right. Just to let you know, though, it is playing in my ears. That's not very helpful, is it? But it did choose a random one. Let me see if it does it again. Yep. It's working great. Okay. So it'd be fun if you guys could hear the music. I'm not sure how I can show the music of the application that's running quickly. But it's working. It's playing music, and of course I would need to work on you know, it actually playing through the speakers. But right now it's not. It is playing through the speakers. The problem is it's not playing through the streaming software. So pretty amazing. Put it together. It doesn't look super pretty, but it works. So what is it doing? If we want to learn a little bit about what it's doing, it's creating a Windows form. So it's creating a button, some different labels. It's initializing some components of these. And it has a whole bunch of things that it needs to do for each of these labels. Choosing a font. Remember it said that, oh, wouldn't it be cool if the fonts were different depending on the musical style or something like that? Totally what you can do. So from here, everything could be customized. All of this is drawing the location, the size. All these things have to happen for a Windows form. And yeah, it's just drawing it all out, drawing a musical style, drawing it on screen, and then doing it. And then over here on the form side, this is kind of like where the code is happening. So this is the designer. Everything's appearing. On the code side, it has our little libraries. It has the music styles. And then, it's giving us little error messages if it can't find anything when it's playing the music. So, works pretty great. You can just have this up and you'd be golden. You'd be pretty golden. Now, instead of saying generate prompts, where is that coming from? Generate prompts. And the current solution. Huh? Huh? Oh, it's right here. It's just the generate prompts text. So here, you could say the people want a song. What did I say? And the thing. The people want a song about ... And I wonder if it does it immediately. So if I go here and save, it does not. Is there a way for me to like refresh this? I don't really know. It's not a big deal because you can just, do it again. There it is. This button would need to be bigger. So again, these are things that we can make cleaner because this is nice and all, but we're going to want it to be a little prettier to start. But right now it's all about function, and then we can think about being pretty. So we know that this isn't big enough, but you can see the size here. See what's in a system that size. It's a width height. So all I would have to do is just make this like 350. And then you go on, and boom, you have a bigger button. Do, boop, boop. Librarian at a coffee shop is running late for work. Okay, so pretty awesome. Now, I'm not going to worry so much that the music's not playing on stream yet. Although it would be awesome if I could do it. Visual Studio. Because the thing is, what it is what's actually playing the music is the question. It is doing a music files. It's creating a sound player. So let's see what's playing the music. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in volume mixer. And we're going to show that. Oh, interesting. All right, screw it. We're done with this. We're just going to show our whole desktop. This has been really annoying. Capture a whole display. Lappy. Ooh, you get the red shift. Ooh. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put a lappy right there. It's red shifted a little bit because I got what's it called? When you're just showing the display, if I go over here, you can see beautiful flux. Takes out blue light. Highly recommend. Don't be looking at blue light. Don't blind your eyes. I stare at a computer screen for far too long every day. Make sure you're using blue light removal. So here's our volume mixer. What I'm curious about is what is playing the music so that I can actually show the music. And by show, I mean so you can hear it as we're doing this. So we're going to go in here. We're going to start this thing up. All right, so we're going to say that people want a song about this. Now we're going to go over here. So you can see it's playing, right? What is playing the music? If I do this, no. Is it this? It is this. All right, so it's the program, the prompt generator, which I have. The form is right here. See it? And we're gonna do do. I'm listening to the thing you can't hear. All right, so the form is right there. This is the form. This thing is playing the music. Is there a volume to this? Oh, capture audio. It's in beta. See if it works. Oh, it is. All right. So now you can hear it. Because I can see the audio showing in here. Watch this. We're going to go Inception. Are you ready for this? Whoa, it's Inception. Oh, the audio went away when I did that. I don't know why. The audio cut out. Anyway, I can now show you here. Ooh, it was showing up here. Oh, it's because I don't have it. Is it because I don't have it highlighted? Or the music is over? There we go. So now you can see that it's playing. It did just stop after a little bit, which was interesting. But maybe the song was just over. That's entirely possible that the music could just end. It's not on loop. So you can say, click this. Different song. Click it again. Now the music style is just random, and I chose some random songs that Jeremy had made. I love this song. All right, so it's working. Now, what we're gonna do, Scooby-Doo, is we are gonna what was I gonna say? Is now we got everything we got in a program. So if I open back up GIMP, which I lost our project. Where'd our project go? Did I close it? Nani? I don't know. It was in here. Oh, okay, here it is. So now we have this. The people demand. Oh, they demand. Not they want. They demand. So the people demand a song about blah. So we now want to get the things from AI. So we currently, instead of having just a random few sets, and instead of having just a private list of characters or a private list of locations or conflicts or music types, you could, like I said, have a database, and it could have thousands, hundreds of thousands of these types of prompts. But let's try to use the new technology. The technology already got us here for the code, and we are now going to see how we can link to get prompts generated from, say, OpenAI. And before we forget the buttons, it's not that the people want a song, the people demand demand a song. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our AI friend and go away from the people with guitars, and we're not gonna upgrade this right now. We don't need it. What we're going to say is, the project works great. You always have to encourage AI. Just in case, you know, some things get out of hand, they're going to know that I was kind to them. This is what people's mindsets are. So the project works great. You did a fine job. Congratulations. You know, everyone wants to be congratulated once in a while. Congratulations. Now, instead of using random choices from lists, I'd like to make calls to OpenAI in order to get the prompts. How how do I do this? Oh, that's awesome. Glad it's running smoothly. They don't they don't take. Wouldn't that be great if everyone just was that humble as our computer overlords? Okay, so we're gonna install a NuGet package. Ooh, spooky. It's easy to do. .NET 6. You can use OpenAI if you're on .NET 6 Plus. Yeah, so if we say go here, this will go to .NET. This is what we want to do. We can just copy this thing. We go over here. You go to Tools, Package Manager console. At the bottom, we can just go bam. You click enter. We're done. Welcome to coding. It does everything for you. So what this did is it installed packages so that we can speak to OpenAI. That's what happened here. It says, why don't you get this one? I said, okay. We need to get an API key. So there needs to be some sort of key to generate it and store it securely. So on stream here, we're going to be generating a key just to show how it works. Off stream, I am going to change the key so it's not recorded. So this is not going to be the same key that I use moving forward, but we can do it together right now. So if we go to platform.openai, we ran into an issue. Hey, no. Haha. So you can see OpenAI, similar to ChatGPT, they're all working together. They're all buddies. Create a new API key. How do I do that? Let's see. API reference. Let's look up API key. There we go. Mbop. Yes, that one. How do I get one? Let's see if it tells us something. Stored securely. Replace random lists with API calls. It's going to tell us how to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Key points. Sure, API calls are asynchronous. That just means that they can happen asynchronously. Moving on. We send 2 calls. One to get these and one to get the music styles. The labels are updated with text. Music still comes from our music folder. We'll have to figure out that out later. Never hard code your API key in production. Use an environment variable. Right. This is why we are not going to be storing this in Git. Blah blah blah. You're not going to be able to use it on stream. However, we do need to get an API key. So do I need to like sign up? Let's just see. Do I need to sign up with OpenAI to get a key? Oh, to get a key? Yes. Sign up or log in. In the dashboard, view API keys. Click create new secret key. Chat, it's a secret. We're going to create a secret key. Things to know. It's separate from this. API usage is build. Build? Oh, that's for ChatGPT Plus. OpenAI gives free trial credits. Hmm. It can't be that much. If we're doing this like 8 times, how much could each one cost? Like a penny? Once you have your API key, you can paste it in here. Cool. You already showed me how to do it as an environment variable. All right, so we're going to sign up. And no, I'm not going to show you like my username and password as I do this. But we are going to do this really quick. So here's platform.openai. Let's go ahead and sign up. Create an account. What if I just continue with Google? I'm already signed in, aren't I? Boom. Look at all of my beautiful accounts. These are my email addresses. Email me. I dare you. I'll just block you if I don't want to hear from you. We'll use our Quasico Game ones, of course. This is our official Quasico Games account. Yep, that's me. That's my name. That's public information. And we'll continue. Then it just immediately says, by the way, this is your password for your email address. Why? Why'd you show that on screen? I had to change it everywhere. Tell us about you. I think my birthday is publicly identifiable information. So just really temporarily, we're going to go, boop. Wait, that didn't work. Lappy, no. And no. Just one sec, chat. You don't need to know my birthday. Joshua Hall. That is my name, though. Don't worry. About thousands of other people on the planet share that same name. All right. And that's my birthday. All right, we're back. Oh. Oh, our organization name. We are Quasico Games. What best describes you? We're obviously a business professional. I mean, come on now. They're going to be like, well, now you're a business professional. We're going to be charging you way more to use our client. Members can make stuff. It's just me. I don't need it. I'm the owner. Guys, you're not part of the company. Make your first API call. My API key is the prompt generator key. And our project name is the prompt generator. Let's generate the key. Chat, remember, we're going to be generating another key off stream. This one won't work. You can't steal my key. I'm glad I'm making you laugh. All right, so making your first API call. All right, so you see how we got all these random numbers and digits? That's great. And then it's telling us how to run this in curl or whatever. We don't need to do that. So we got these magic numbers. So we're going to copy this thing. And then we're going to go over here. Now, what ChatGPT said is don't directly use this in the form. So what we're going to do is directly use it in the form. So we're going to go over here. And I don't know where this is going to go. We're just going to save it in a text document right now. All right, so I'm going to put this over here. Ooh. Wait, that's the whole thing? That's a pretty big key. Really? That's huge. I dare you to memorize that. All right, so we got our key, apparently. I did it. Continue. Add some credits. Credits? Buy some money later. Let's see what happens if we attempt to do it without buying credits. All right, so we're gonna go back to here. We got our key. We got the key. We saved it somewhere safe. I.e., it's right here for public people to see on stream. That is safe. Next up. Blah, 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 blah. All right, now we need to go back up and put in the code that it told us to put in. So this was for our app. So wherever it's doing this stuff, let's see. So this is a public partial conf form 1. I'm going to go back here. This is this guy. Yeah. So they just changed this thing. Now the music probably isn't going to change right now. So if we go back to here, we can see that this is how we're generating our prompts. And instead of what it was doing before, it's doing all this stuff with calling the other stuff. And the music, actually, it's all doing it differently as well. So just for a backup sake, what we're going to do is take our current form and back it up in case we want to use it later. And by backup, I mean I'm just going to copy all the code and put it in Notepad. So here's Notepad++, and hey, look, here's one of the things that how I generated quotes, if you see that on stream before. Okay, so we're just going to put that over here in case we need it later. And then we're going to go back to ChatGPT and say, give me this. I'm going to put it in. All right, so it's beautiful. We have all this red stuff. And that probably means that it's confused. Let's see what else we got going on today. Here, going on today. Using OpenAI. Which is kind of funny because I just downloaded the project. Or the Git. Let's see, if we go to tools, we can see our packages. Manage NuGet packages. Installed none. What are you talking about? I literally just installed it. What? What? Nah. I did the thing over here. Did it actually do it? I didn't read. Let's see. Type get help. Error while adding package. This project does not support adding package references through the add package command. Huh. It didn't do anything. All right, let's just go to here. And instead of add package this, install the NuGet package. I mean, this should work instead. Do this. No. All right, screw it. We're going to do it the other way. Instead of doing it via this way, you can just go to back to the manage NuGet package for a solution. I'm already here. Zoop. And we can just browse. And why don't we go ahead and browse OpenAI. That looks to be like the one we want. The official .NET library for OpenAI. Go ahead and do it. Boom. Scooby-Doo. The following packages require that you accept the license terms. Everyone put their hand over their heart. I accept. Oh, now it added some stuff. There we go. Less errors. Cool. Now if we go over here, it actually knows what we're talking about. Doesn't know what this is. It's problematic. We also have some stuff over here, messages, and play random music. Was that coming from our method over here? Yeah. It expected us not to get rid of our method down here. So I think this is the one method. Yeah. Let's add in back our music method. And all right, we're getting there. We're getting there. So our key. This is our key. The one that's totally totally private. And we're just gonna pop that boy in there. And we don't have OpenAI authentication. Interesting. Type or namespace does not exist. It doesn't know what we're talking about. So at this point in time, the first time that we copied everything in, it wasn't using any sort of integration. So it was easy-ish just to create the project. It does the cool thing. Now you see we're getting a lot of red text. It doesn't know what messages are, doesn't know what roles are, all these sorts of things. And this is when you kind of need to go back and forth with ChatGPT to be like, yo, bro, help me out. I'm a dumb developer. I don't know how to do anything. So that's what we're going to do. As we got into a point, it looks pretty straightforward. If I just want to go through what it's doing, at the beginning, we're getting a prompt. So it says, hey, this is the prompt it's actually going to be giving AI. And you see how simple it is. Give me 3 short musical things, location, a context or a conflict, replaying with plain text, each on its own line. It's taking this prompt, it's creating a message object. It's saying this is the model we're using. Depending on our quota. Again, money. We're going to get a async request. It's going to go ahead and shoot it off into the ether. We're going to get a result back. It's going to split the response back into the 3 lines in order to fill it in our little prompt boxes. Then it's going to say, hey, give us a musical genre. Now we have yet to connect that musical genre with whatever like WAV files or whatever we have. But it'll give us a random music prompt. We're also going to send that off in its own prompt. So it says, give me a random music genre for musical improv, just 1 word or a phrase. Cool. And then it's going to get that back, and then we're done. So the first thing we have is our messages. So what we can do here is we can just copy and just say, copy this. And we're just going to go back and forth with ChatGPT now to say, figure out how do we fix all these bugs. So we're going to say, I'm getting this error. And I just pop it in. Good catch. This is different when I gave you. Oh. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. You used a different one. Yeah, like the one that works. And now it's going to write it all out. You can see it working, generating something. Okay, so I'm going to take just the, I don't need to do the whole class. I'm just going to take the method. So we're going to take this private method. Boop. And we're just going to Scooby-Doo it right back in. Here. This is what it's doing. And cool. Now we have an issue with chat messages. Looks pretty cool though. It still does not take 2 arguments. There's so many ways it could work. System, you're a helpful improv coach. Chat message also doesn't take 2 arguments. All right, what does it say? No. Do you want me to show you how to combine these so you don't have to hit the API twice? Well, obviously. You're going to make me pay 2 times? All right, so we're going to do things. Yes, please show me how to combine the prompts into a single call. Also, I got errors, but let's go with the new code first and see if that works before I show you the new errors. Let's simplify it. Previous one was just like an example. This is the real thing. This is the real deal. All right. Look at that. See, it's so much better. What are you doing giving me this garbage? All right, so we're going to go like this. We're going to go boop. We're going to go boop. All right. So it doesn't know what chat requests are. It doesn't know what this is. And let's just say this. We're going to copy this again. Great. You know, again, encouragement. Great. So close. Man, you almost got it. However, I'm still getting errors. Here's the one for the chat message. And I also have errors with this. And we're going to go back and we're going to do the OpenAI one. Let's do one at a time. Boom. Oh, it happens a lot. I know it was not the earlier one. Blah, 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 blah. A direction structure. Can you confirm the exact NuGet package you opened? My NuGet package is the one that is the bestest one. I did OpenAI. This is what I got, bro. The official .NET library. It's official. I got OpenAI, the official library for .NET. I installed it. Yeah. There you go. That should be enough. Official library. Okay. Not now. So you can see that sometimes the first time we got kind of lucky in a way, in that we got something that just worked. Now we're sort of going back and forth, and it's like you're having a conversation. They're like, this is actually what it is. And you're like, no. And we're going to go there. We're going to hope. So close. We're also going to just do one of these. Boom, boom. Now I got that song in my head. And here's our giant key. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. I'm gonna put it over here. Yeah, like that. So good. All right, now we have less red lines. Only a few things are wrong. Beautiful. All right. Now it's confused about this. So close. Look how clean this is. Could not be found. Generate a class. No, we don't want to generate a class. Let's see what it says for this. I'm done being verbose. I say, now I get this. It's confused. Things have changed. Things change all the time. We could figure this out on our own, but let's just keep it going. It's constantly trying to change for something to work for us. You see here what it's doing too is it's changing to a new chat model. That's kind of interesting. It's just saying maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. So why don't we try this out for its own sake? And it's completely changing. It's no longer using an OpenAI client. That's kind of weird. Just gonna pop that in there. Oh, that's nice. What is this? So close. That's really generic though. The name RND does not exist. RND.next. That is interesting. Where does R&D come from? Oh, that was in some previous, let's take a look at our previous code. RND dot. Where's RND? Oh, here it is. It's just a randomizer. Let's put that back. Just creating a new random number. We're so close. Complete chat async. No best type for implicitly typed array. Interesting. So what is it doing now? It's creating a new chat client. Sure. Spitting out some stuff. Trying to get it all back at once. You are a helpful improv coach. Let's see if that would work. All right. This is our final one. And let's give it some context here. We're almost there. Truly. You've hit the free plan limit. Uh-oh. No, we wasted our time. 352. All right. So now we're gonna unfortunately have to figure this out on our own. Well, ask Google. Google will help me. Okay. I'm trying to do this line. So now Google has its own little AI assistant. And if we wanted to see what does complete chat async do, you could press F12. And it's assuming you have, this is what it's essentially assuming you're going to put in a set of chat messages, which is what we're creating, and some options, which is default. So really, we should just be able to put in the messages that we have. So if we go back here, this is our, it's creating a new system chat message and a user chat message. And if we go to our, no, where'd it go? Over here. It's just showing us what the, what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a set of chat messages and some options. Okay. So if we're going to go back here, now we're going to use our noodle to figure this out. Now our chat messages are apparently what this is, and it didn't like it. I don't know why it's creating a new array like this. Theoretically, it's just a method. So if you try to complete a message, it should be like, what do you want to put in? And I'm saying, well, what is our messages? It should be a array of chat messages. So what we can do is we can do this. We're actually going to have to code. I know it's scary. Let's zoom in a little bit. And we're going to say our var message array array. And we're going to do a new array. And we're just going to have one object, which is our system message. Okay. There you go. So what is this guy? This is an array of system chat messages. So that's going to be our first thing. Now, you could just only have that, right? We also saw from our decompiled code, that you can have some options when we're doing it. And I think that's what this is we had two messages. So what we actually are going to have is these two. We had an array of two things. We have our system message and that. So we're just going to do that. And now this doesn't like is this, because I think they're different types. Is that what it says? Yeah, one is a user chat message and one is a system message. And this is what it didn't like. It didn't like us mixing types. It says it cannot convert this kind of stuff. So this is our prompt, and this is a system chat message. What is this? I don't even think we need you're a helpful improv coach. I don't think we need that. Well, let's see what we get with just this. With just their user messages. And then we're going to get a response. This is a result. And there's apparently no such thing as choices. So what it's trying to do is say, hey, we need to get the first thing. And I'm like, all right, get the first thing. So if choices aren't a thing, what are we trying to get? So we're going to say string my result. Let's see what's in response. Response dot. What do we got in here? Not a whole lot. We got a value. A response object is a chat completion response. So what if we do dot value? What's in there? Okay, now we can see all these sorts of things. Let's see what we got in here. I gotta lean in a little bit. Tool calls, blah, 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 blah. What if we just do the what else is the thing? It's just value. Why do you think you have choices? Something called message? No. Content? Content. Dot. Trim. Dot to string. Dot trim. That'll get something. Where's result being used? Oh, here. Okay. Good. And then we're gonna put my result. Hey, all the red lines went away. Now the key is that am I gonna be able to I need to put in my API key again. Am I gonna be able to get anything that's free? Now I created a project. When did I do this? A little while ago for work. It was like a hackathon. There was nothing about having to get a key or anything. It was just like magic API. It was pretty slow. I wasn't using Open API, but I was using some other chat, client, and I was able to. It was using image prompts or no, it was using just prompts for hey, here's an image. I want some. Give you some prompts. Give me an image based off those prompts. This one's a little bit different. We got our API key, and theoretically, this could do a thing. So let's see what happens if we click the button. If anything, it can't charge me because I gave it no money. So, let's see what happens. Let's see how quickly this thing blows up. All right. Now, it doesn't look any different now because the form is the same. The magic is going to happen when we click the button. This is kind of fun. You get to see both. I guess we don't need to have this in front anymore. So we're just going to go ahead and hide that. Okay. So here we go. Here's our thing. Let's see how it blows up. It's playing music. Hear that. And we got content. Would be hard to create a song about this though. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what we get. So we're gonna click it again and let's see what this object is. So what we can do here is we can actually watch a variable. So we're gonna put a watcher here and we're just gonna put in response. We can also put a breakpoint here. But just if we wanted to, we can slap in a variable here. We're just going to put in response. Come on. Add one. We'll do it when we do it again. Okay. Let's try it again. All right. So first we click the button. As you saw, it took like half a second to get there. And now what we're going to do is we are going to look at response. And we're going to scroll this up so you guys can see it a little bit. I can't really zoom in on this. Sorry. So what is in value? So here's all the stuff we got. Apparently, at least it didn't like break. So what do we have? When it was created at, today is the 18th. All the stuff, service text, blah, 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 blah. It's probably in content somewhere. Our first piece. Here's our text. Oh, boom. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so long. All right, let's copy this line. This is what we want. All right, copy this. We got something. All right, this is what would a quirky librarian searching for a lost book, an ancient dusty library filled with towering shelves. The librarian must outsmart a mischievous book sprite who fumes. And of course, it's in playful ragtime jazz. It worked. So, oh my gosh. All right, so what we're going to need to do is just get that. So we just need to know where it's located. So it's the first item we're getting back, and it's text. So what we're doing here is this is how we're going to do it. So content, this is where we're going to say dot first, because apparently it is an object. Now, dot first might not work. If so, we know we're only getting back one thing. So we can do that. Then we're going to get the text and do that. And now what it's going to be getting this result string. So it's trying to split each of those things based off of, well, we saw what it gave us. It gave us something like this. And it actually did put in line breaks. So you can see there's the first one that says N2, N3, and 4. And it's trying to split those out. So it might actually work now that we actually got the text. So let's go ahead and try it and see what happens. All right. Should the people demand a song about? Wow. Can we make this bigger? There you go. A forgetful magician who can't remember his tricks at a bustling train station. The conflict is that he must perform an important illusion to catch the last train home. They love jazz. Let's try another one. A quirky inventor who believes they can speak to machines. We're in an abandoned amusement park at twilight. The inventor's latest creation threatens to take over the world. Why is everything jazz? Classical with a whimsical twist. A clumsy knight who dreams of becoming a ballet dancer in an abandoned castle on the edge of a mystical forest. The conflict is that the knight discovers a rival challenging their dance aspirations. AI can be funny. It's working great. Now, I don't know how many free hits I get right now. Let's look into that a little bit. I don't want to use up all our free hits. It's clearly working. Awesome. So we're going to go back here to OpenAI. And we're going to see what the model is for pricing. We've already hit it about 5 times with our made-up key. Holy cannoli, that's a lot more. How many text tokens? Prices per 1 million tokens. Not too bad. Batch. Okay, so it's pretty cheap. I don't really know. But what I would guess is I'd probably spend, say, $5, do one, and I'll see like, you know, a fraction of a penny. It's probably very cheap. And I haven't given it, like, if I have an account or whatever for Quasico Games, we can see what we theoretically have spent, right? Let's see what we have done. Can it show us like a reference of what we've already done? Let's see. No API keys. Here's this one that we have. View usage. There you go. Our total spent is $0 of our $5 budget. Pretty great. It says we've done 0 requests, but we totally have done some. Audio, vector, chat completions, images, web searches. I mean, we're doing something. I thought it was no, it's not searching the web. I don't know. We've used it clearly. All right, so we got AI working. Great. The AI is now generating our prompts. They're quite imaginative. Let's just say, for lack of a better term. And what we're going to do is think about the music. And then we can think about the design. The design is something I'll probably be doing on my own because it's just going to be a matter of making the form better. So if, say we open it up, this form, like we said at the very beginning, we want to make it something where I'm at the top, I'm doing my singing, I'm the bard, and at the bottom we're going to click the button and it's going to show the prompts. We'll do the song, Bob's Your Uncle. This could be pretty. It don't need to be pretty. A Windows form here, all of these things that you're looking at are Windows forms. So for example, if you open a Visual Studio, this is a Windows form. If you open up what I was doing in like GIMP, here, the art, this is a type of Windows form. So it can look pretty-ish, depending on how much time you want to put into it. Right now, it looks like this. It's clear. You can make it a certain size, it can fit, it can show what the musical style is, and the music will just play. So, what we need to do now is think about how are we going to get music tied to whatever musical style comes out. So I showed that here, if we go back to bin and debug, I copied over we have 7 tracks here. These are randomly playing whenever we click the button. What this is going to need to do is we're going to need to get a genre. That genre of music is going to be, I mean, we're going to have to probably ask it, hey, for the genre of music, be less creative. Because it's like, how about like some swing jazz, but only with the horn section? Or how about some hip hop, but from the 80s? It's like, okay, bud. So for example, let's do another one. Jazz fusion with, playful syncopated rhythms. I don't know about that. A whimsical clockmaker trying to fix time itself. Mm-hmm. Good. So we need a way to take the musical style that it spits out, and we're gonna have some suite of tracks. And depending on the style, like say I have 10 different jazz tracks, and all of these don't need to be any longer than a minute. I mean, maybe some of these songs will last 2 minutes or something, so it's probably better to have like a build-in, if I need to give myself like 5 or 10 seconds to think before I just jump straight into it. And but anywho, that's what we're gonna do. Is how do we link together a musical style with the actual tracks that are gonna start playing? So let's do that. Now the problem that you might be thinking about right now is ChatGPT doesn't like that I used it so much over the past hour. So instead of using ChatGPT, we're just going to do a little bit of Googling and we'll see what Gemini has to say about it. Or you could use some other, AI clients. There's some other ones out there, but let's go over here and say, how can I... Thanks, Google. How can I get my birth certificate? How can I lose weight fast? How can I stop my period? How can I link a PDF? Link a prompt. We can just do this on our own. Okay, text prompt. Link a text prompt to a list in C#. Let's see, I'm going to be extremely verbose with Google because it has their little AI thing. Normally you wouldn't Google search like this, of course. In C sharp, for example, I have a list of musical genres, and I want to choose a music file based on the genre. Selected. See what happens. Images, no. AI mode, ooh. Let's go to all. And see, they're happy to help. Using a dictionary, sure. So you have a dictionary. What is a dictionary in code? You essentially, it's like a lookup. It's like a lookup table. So you can think of a dictionary, you're looking through your dictionary, you're looking something up. A dictionary has a key, value, pair, string. So in the key value pair, you might have a key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're looking up based on the key, and then you find the string. Now the key doesn't need to be an ID. In this case, it would be the genre. So maybe we just got jazz fusion. From that, we would take jazz, or maybe jazz fusion. We would look up in our dictionary, jazz fusion, and the output, the value assigned to jazz fusion, maybe that would be the name of our wave file associated with it. And that's what it's suggesting. So here you can see it has a dictionary, and you can see the rock is associated with our wave file. And here it's just saying, well, how are you going to get the input? And we're going to write it to the line, etc. It's pretty easy. I think that's something that we could slap together and code. So what we're going to do is we're going to, we already know what the prompt is. We are going to have to identify the actual genre within the prompt, because right now I don't really feel like going in the code and over here, if we go to the Form 1 class, the music style, this is the text. So right here, this text right here is what we're going to be using, because that is jazz fusion, blah, 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 blah. And from this, we're going to need to know what music we're playing, because it's not just going to be random. It's going to be a selection based off of what we have. And we're going to need, at some point, I don't know, I'm going to need to either find like a free library. I mean, there's a ton of, the beats, the music doesn't need to be that complex, but we wanted enough variety so that, you know, if I'm releasing a video every day or something like that, you're not just hearing the same beat if it says jazz or hip hop or country or whatever. So let's go ahead and do it. It's a good idea. So instead of play random music, which what it's doing is it's finding a path, we are going to be creating a dictionary. And that dictionary is going to be what it looks like over here. Everyone gets a yawn. Right here, we're going to create a dictionary like this. Yep. Let's put it at the bottom. This could be in its own class or whatever. This will probably be within just the play music. Instead of play random music, why don't we change this? And we're going to say play music based on prompt. And what this is going to expect is it's going to expect our genre. So string genre. And our genre is just going to be this text. So maybe our genre is something like we need to find the genre in the text. That's going to be a little bit tricky for now. Let's ignore the fact that our genre is kind of hidden within this descriptive text, and we'll just put in the text. So we're going to play this music based off of whatever is passed in instead of just randomly. So right now it's doing this dot rando right here, saying, hey, we have all our music files. We have a list of all of them. We're going to choose a random one within that, and we'll just start playing it. So instead we get our genre, and we are going to get our dictionary. Now the dictionary could exist outside of this method. We may as well just have the dictionary be within the method. It's fine. So we're going to have our dictionary. Okay. All right, so all of these locations here are going to be different names. So this is doing the full path of it. And we saw that's in debug. So we saw that the path of our music was in bin music, and then our bin debug music, and then here are all our wave files. And here we want to take these names, and we know that the paths are going to look a certain way. So if we wanted to get all of our different music files, let's see what format they're in. So we can just click this, and we can get a sense of what they are. So we can go like this, and our music files look like this. So if I take it like this, copy, all of them are going to look something like that. Now, way more slashes than we probably need. If you have more than one slash, it's not a big deal. The slashes are ways to display a slash within double quotes. So, for example, here's the first one, and then the names here, this is our wave file. It does have some spaces and stuff in there. It's kind of messy. It's just the way that the files were originally named. But let's go ahead and add one for each of the different genres that we might have. So it's going to be 2 and 3 and etc. So rock, pop, jazz, and let's just, how many tracks do we have? We have 7 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7. So hip hop, country, say metal, classical. How would I do classical? I don't know. That's not important. And we're going to be putting in this whole thing. Yep, right there. And then this is what we are changing. This is the name to name. So let's go ahead and copy that. Man, we actually have to do coding. This is crazy. I didn't think I was going to do any coding at all today. I thought ChatGPT would just do everything, and then they gave up. They said, no, we are not going to cut down any more trees for you to do prompts. And I said, fine. All right, so we're going to go here, and we're going to grab each of these, and just grab the whole thing. Yep. I could also grab them over here. Look at the name of this track. Fantastic. Zoop. Zoop. Uh-oh. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. All right, so then once we get this list, instead of getting a list from, say, the list of names from this, we can just refer to our dictionary. Okay, so here's our dictionary of our different genres. And they're assigned to some music track, which we currently have in our solution. Now over here, what it's doing is saying, hey, can we find the path? Sure. And let's, instead of looking over here for our paths, we're just going to assume this is correct. It's not the great way to code. This is doing a very nice way. You do a try-catch statement, but I don't really give, I don't care. If it blows up, it blows up. We'll just fix it. This is a very small project. So instead of all this stuff, what we're going to do is our music files is not from the systemio.dictionary.get files. It is going to be from this guy. These are our dictionaries. And what we could do is we could say that genre is going to be one of these. Now, there are many ways that you could take something like, let's just do it again as an example. Click the button. And let's let it go. We haven't changed anything that doesn't allow it to work. Cool. Upbeat folk. Playful. It's playful instrumentation. We're looking for the word folk music. And there'll probably be some default, like if it can't find a genre, then it just won't work. So it is funny how I'm getting a lot of wizard-like things. Give me a random character. How about another wizard? So we need to take this whole string, genre, and just get folk. Another thing we can do is just be better with our prompts. So before we do a lot of effort into taking something like upbeat folk with playful instrumentation, we really just want folk, you know? And maybe if I had 10 different folk tracks, it could just randomly choose a folk track rather than saying a very specific music style. So let's do that first to just get something better as a prompt, and then we'll do that. So create 4 short musical improvs. And as you can see here, I'm only doing the prompt. I'm not doing this whole improv coach nonsense, which I don't think we need. So we're getting this prompt. And for the music style, return them each in this exact order. And then also let's specify for the music style, I am looking for one-word music genres. And I think that should be enough. And let's see if it's enough. So let's see what it gives us now. There, jazz. No, now it gave me one-word things for everything. That's not what we want. No. I mean, this does give me a little bit more freedom, but I liked the verbose ones. Maybe this is better. We'll have to think about it. Right now it's doing one word for everything. Also, you see I clicked the button and nothing happened because maybe I'm out of my free quota already. But I didn't put in a, what's it called? I don't know any errors going off. Or it just took forever. Holy cannoli. A pirate in an abandoned lighthouse hid stolen treasure and reggae. Fantastic. All right, so this is working better. So what we're going to do is now we're finally getting one word genres. Great. And we are going to find and select the track based off of what's passed in as our genre. And the trick is, how many genres does ChatGPT know? This is going to be trial and error. It knows a lot. We already got folk and what are some other ones that we have already gotten? Folk. We got reggae. And there's a ton more. So we're just going to get the file. So we're going to say track to play. Track to play. And it's going to be our genre to file. Dot. And we're just going to pass in our genre. So all we have to do is this. What's our key? Our key is our genre. And this track to play will get whatever spits out here. And what we could do is do a message box error. So if we want to do another try catch around this, just to show how it works, we're going to do a try catch for getting our genre and get a little pop-up if it doesn't work. And we'll say catch the exception, and we're going to say genre not found. Okay. And then it'll probably say something like genre not found. Or dictionary doesn't have object or something like that. So now we got our track. The problem about this is that this is within try catch. I don't know if this variable can be found in here. So if I say var bob equals this, does it know what track to play is? No, it does not, because it's in a different try statement. So let's think about this a little bit. We could just do this at the top and say airplane music. So we already are within a try catch. We'll just do this at the top and just put it here. Okay. So this is our track that we want. And we already know it's coming straight from here. So all of this stuff about all the music files and all the locations and whether they exist and stuff, we are going to comment out for now. So our random file is not going to be any of this. We're going to comment all this out and just say, hey, play this. Okay. And then we can see which one is chosen. If there's nothing there, it won't work. I'm also curious. The one prompt took us forever. Usage. It's September 18th. Resets in 12 days. I don't know, bro. Edit my budget. You must be on a paid plan. I'm free. Start by upgrading. At least $5 spent. I don't know. Right now I can keep clicking the button. Boop. Airplane music. The given key was not present. Swing. There you go. Then we just add swing. Just keep going. Try it again. Boop. The given key was not there. Reggae? That's a lie. All right, so maybe this isn't even working. Reggae's right there. Did I not spell it right? Reggae. What? Wait a second, you silly Billy. Nuh-uh. Oh, wait, click the button. Reggae again! And it really likes reggae. Hmm. We're gonna go here. And see what we get for our genre. Our track to play, null. Musical style for reggae. Oh, the whole text is the whole thing. Musical style for reggae. What we need to do is get reggae at the end. Because what it's doing is it's displaying everything. It really likes reggae. Pirate reggae. So this is the whole text. But what we want is just the last piece. So there's a few different ways we could do this. We could take that whole text, and then we're just going to look for this piece. And then you might be able to do something like a, what's it called? Like a switch statement, where you could say, if we find this text, use this. If we find this text, use this. Da, 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 da. Another way you could do it is just for the prompt itself, we are getting the full text. Music style, blah, blah, blah. But it's giving us this, right? That's what it's giving us. So all we need to do is just take it and trust me, and trust that this is a toString. Because the whole thing we're passing. Okay. Our genre is we still get number. We still get 4.reggae. And that's because how's it working here? Music style. Return them each on their own line in this order. And that's what it's doing, is it's giving us one, etc. So it's substituting the style with the thing. So I think what we need is a better prompt. I think having a better prompt is going to be easier than having to do any sort of filtering, because it's smart. You saw that we asked it to do just a one-word thing, and it's doing a one-word thing for all of them. What's funny is it is doing it for everything, but I kind of like that. The verbose stuff was fun, but it would not give me as much flexibility to use my imagination. It was really like, I want a very specific song. And granted, if we wanted to go back to longer prompts, then you could do that. So here, what if we just say music style and we don't even put the numbers in? Because here we're already saying character, whatever. So I don't think we need this, right? Just like that. See what happens. And we already still have our ready breakpoint. What's our genre? Our genre is swing. We have swing. Illegal characters in path. Great. So our path looks insane to them. Let's see what our path is. So now we're getting the right genre. And we need to see how we fix our paths. What? What is our genre? Really? Jazz is right here. All right, we need to trim. I bet there was a space. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do dot trim. Get rid of any white space. Come on now. Click the button. There we go. What did we get? Our genre is jazz again. So I think the weird stuff is the stuff at the beginning and the end. Yeah. I think all the slashes in between are fine. They're redundant. But the initial slashes that we have there, we don't need. So like this. Because that was adding an additional quotes. And then we could take away the slash at the end as well. And we're almost done. It's crazy. And by done, I mean having a decent prototype. I'll be having to do some work on my own to actually get like a library of sample music to play in the background, instrumental stuff. Let's see if that works with all the crazy slashes. If not, these could be trimmed. Do. Bah! Looks somewhat reasonable. And it worked. That's reggae. They love pirates. We're gonna have to work on the prompts. What is the prompt I have? Just a character. The prompts will have to be a little bit better. A detective. They love libraries. And it does not like reggae. So again, we're getting some weird stuff here. So what we want to do is wonder what's going on here, that it clearly says reggae. And I have reggae. So some tweaks will need to be done there. Because it's like, why couldn't it find that? Now we are basing this strictly off of text and whatever it's giving back. So we might have to do a little bit more cleanup to be like, hey, is there something that looks like reggae? You could do some regex. You could do something in there. So let's skip that for now. We've done enough work. I can do that on my own. We're taking in a genre. We're assigning it to music, and it's now playing. We're also going to have to do it so I don't just do pirates or detectives every single time. Okay. So what is next? How is this actually going to look? So that's something that we could show. How is this going to look? And also, we could make this prettier. But first, let's see, how's it going to look? Let's get a little bit of sense of that. We got about 15 more minutes we'll be going today. We're kind of done with coding-ish. Sometimes it's nice to come up with little checklists. I'm not going to write it all out, but essentially get a set of, like a set music library. We need to figure out why things are not mapping to tracks that good. Work on getting more varied prompts. And then we need to check on, if I'm doing this over and over, do I need a paid thing? Could it be quicker? And how is it going to appear on screen? So how is it going to appear? So right now you're looking at, we're going to do Inception again. Ooh, wow! You're looking at the screen, which is looking at the screen, which is looking at the screen, which is looking. So this is how we display stuff. Just to take a look at this is using Streamlabs. A lot of people use OBS. This is behind the scenes. And over here we have all these different sources. So right now my camera's down here and I can just say bye-bye. I don't want to see you anymore. Bye-bye. Here I am. Bye-bye. And you're displaying a whole bunch of things over here. We have a bunch of things that say, hey guys, I'm going away. I'll be right back. Oh wait, I'm still here. Woo, pretty cool. So there's a ton of overlays and things. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put my dumb face right in top center. And by my dumb face, I mean like my very pretty barred face. Front and center. So for example, instead of being down here, I'd be like up here. And I'd be like, whoa, we're gonna make him big. Ah! So I'd be up here. My camera kind of stinks. This camera kind of stinks. The good thing is that this is mainly an audio medium. As long as the audio, which is good, this is decent audio coming out of the, what's it called? The pod mic. It's okay. So if the audio is okay, the camera doesn't need to be fantastic. Instead of the mic being like over here, like, hello, beautiful mic, it'll be, I don't know, down here. I'm using a mic stand. We'll figure it out. But the camera is going to be at the top. And we are going to make something that looks like this up here with me at the top. And then I'm going to push this back over here so you guys don't here. So I'm at the top. Oh, I'm the star of the show. Woohoo! And then everybody say hi to me. Okay, and then we're going to run the program. And then this is the prompt, right? And it would basically be something like this. Now, we wouldn't be showing Visual Studio, but you can see how easy it is just to like line something really easy to make this thing appear. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. It's me, and I'm singing, and there's a prompt. You make this box better. Oh, that was a short track. You make the box better. You make maybe this like centered. Maybe the musical style has something. And you go for it. And you're done. And as we get better, you could have like, a border around my face or something like that. Or you could, you're going to be trimming this so it's within portrait mode. That's what we're going to be doing. And then it's going to look something like this. Ah, I can sing. Trust me. Trust me. We're doing all of this banking on the fact that I can actually do the improv at all. I'm all out of water, so I'm not going to do it today. Sucks to suck. You've been thinking this whole time, oh, at the end, he'll finally do it. Don't feel like it. I gotta be in the mood. um, and that's the gist of it, is it's gonna sort of be stacked like this. And when it's all said and done, you have a simple display. You could switch displays and go pop, 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 pop. And the most important thing is I want to do this in, well, not the most important thing. One of the most important things is I want this to be done in one take. I don't want there to be any editing in the middle. There could be some editing up front, editing in the back, of course, to cut it down to size. But one take, you click the button, the stuff comes out, you do the thing. And part of it is to reinforce the fact that it is indeed instantaneous improv. There is nothing here that is planned. There is no, oh, you kind of cut out and you thought about it for 5 minutes and then you cut back in and now you have this cool song. No, you just got to go. And I think that is part of the allure of the thing. And part of the fun is that I don't have a whole lot of time. The music just starts playing and you just start thinking of something and you just start going. And you have that to look forward to when I put these pieces together and start posting them on some sort of basis. That's about it. So that's our check marks. That's what this is going to look like. And I don't really have much else to do today other than, research and stuff, which I think I'll do on my own. But these are the sorts of videos that I'm going to start releasing. I'm going to do these. We're going to have some cuts from all of our streams and mixing together game dev, playing games, improv, voice acting, all the things that I think are fun. And eventually, we'll have time to do that. And by we, I mean me, because, things take time. And that's about it. So thanks for all who tuned in today. It was fun making this with you. Hope you learned something about ChatGPT. Hope you learned something about development, about the creative process. Look forward to some improv in the future whenever that comes down the pipe, using this program that you just saw, using a different API key than you saw. And it'll be a lot of fun. As always, I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Jesus loves you too.